What's going on, dudes? It's your boy Andy Matrix. All right, so let's get it on. And there's been word around that the anime industry it's not doing so well. It's not doing so well, but I'm gonna tell you why I think that is nonsense, right? An anime, the anime industry not doing so well is absolute nonsense. So I'm here abounding into comics.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
And it says Western Industry Insider warns anime content bubble is probably gonna burst soon. It says merch sales have fallen off a cliff. I think we all know why that's happening. I think we all know why that's happening, right? and so the insider is none other than what's his name, Justin Sevakis, right? So Justin Sevakis, he works at the Anime News Network website, right? So I think he's one of the founders of Anime News Network, right? He's one of those people, one of the head director. I don't know if he's the CEO, but he's one of the head runners of Anime News Network, right? So people have been going, one of the reasons why this news kind of broke out is because he, working for Anime News Network, stated, here in his tweet says, I still have 2 meetings to go this AX, Anime Next, I guess, but so far my takeaways are anime content bubble is probably gonna burst soon. Way too many shows and nobody can handle it, not fans nor industry. Anime merch sales have fallen off a cliff, especially figures everyone's kind of and the little face that he put there, that's just kind of like how people feel about buying merchandise of anime right now. You guys get the point. Right, so and here's the conversation, by the way. So here's the conversation, and they took screenshots of it, and somebody went ahead and asked him. He says, so we're heading towards another 2007, and in case you guys didn't know, in 2007 we also had like an anime bubble bursting, because like I think in the early 2000s there was like there was like 150 anime made per year. Some titles that were just absolutely forgotten, some titles just that became super popular, and then towards like the end of the 2000s, like the 2010s, like they were making about over 200, 250, almost 300 and different types of anime per year, right? Per year. And that number has gone down. And so Justin Sevakis here said this looks very different, although both were heavily caused by macroeconomic conditions, by the way. Right, so, and I was there. I mean, I graduated high school in 2007, so you guys can probably know how old I am. I'm in my 30s, right? And I remember I couldn't find a job. It was absolutely freaking horrendous. I hated the 2008 economic collapse. But yeah, I mean things were pretty bad back then, and I remember this is around the time that Borders. There was, besides Barnes and Nobles, there was another bookstore called Borders. For all you Gen Zers out there that don't know, there was another bookstore, big popular bookstore called Borders, and they were one of the big guys that used to distribute anime manga, right? And around that time, City Pop, no, it was I think it was Japan Pop, no, Tokyo Pop. It was Tokyo Pop. They were the ones publishing manga, right? Manga to America. But then they stopped. I think I don't know if they went bankrupt, but they absolutely stopped. And then Viz Media came and took over. They continued publishing manga to America. Then he goes, the merch thing is interesting. Why is that? It says high inflation and less time spent at home post-COVID. So basically what he's saying here is that manga, I think manga's selling, but anime merchandise is not selling very well because of high inflation. Prices are going up, and on top of that, unlike the pandemic, people are not consuming as much anime as they used to, because people are actually going out and doing things, so they're not spending as much time at home. Honestly, I think it's more affordable to play video games than it is to buy merchandise or go to an anime convention, because nowadays, like especially with PC gaming, you just need a controller hooked up to your computer, and boom, there you go, download from Steam. It says, what do you think the burst looks like? It says, and then he goes on to say, probably halving the number of new shows each season, which is still 50. We might not even notice. So basically, he's saying that the number of shows released per year by the anime industry is gonna go down. So probably from like, let's say if they're making like 100 shows per year, only about, I don't know, it's gonna go down to like 60. It's a pretty big drop. It's a 40% drop, right? And okay, so what else did he say? What else did he say? Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, so let me tell you why I'm not very worried about the anime industry, bubble bursting. So there is a bit of a content bubble. So there's way too many anime titles coming out. Way too many anime titles coming out, and not enough people, buying merchandise like before. Before 2020, before the pandemic, people were probably buying a lot of merchandise. I mean, I know that. I was. I have friends who are buying, anime shit left and right. So people are not buying as much merchandise, but they are still consuming a lot of anime thanks to Netflix, thanks to things like Hulu, thanks to the internet, really, and also, also the fact that America is not producing quality animation anymore. Everybody's just outsourcing to Japan. That's another contributor as to why it's, the anime industry is going to continue to grow. But most of the money from anime really comes from merchandise, right? Because if you think about it, companies actually lose money producing the anime. The money that they make is in the merchandise. That's the whole point. So the anime helps sell the merchandise. The same way that the anime helps sell the manga, helps people to go and read the manga. The same way it sells the merchandise, t-shirts, toys, whatever, accessories. Those things sell, and they sell really good, right? You go to an anime convention. Most of the stuff there is just anime. Or you go to Comic-Con. Most of the stuff there is also anime. Very few like comic book stuff anymore. Comic books are dead. So let's just leave it at that. Comic books are dead. I don't know how else to put it, but comic books are dead. So although the sales of anime has gone down, the popularity of anime is not going to go down. It's just that people are going to spend less money, but the popularity of anime is going to be still at the very top. Meanwhile, if any anime companies do go bankrupt, you're definitely going to see American companies trying to buy them out, right? That's what I'm afraid of. So in an economy, when there's a down economy, what happens? The big companies start to buy out the smaller companies, and this is where you create where a monopoly is created, where one company owns like 50 other companies. That's what I'm afraid of. But the popularity of anime is still going to be there. Once things do get better within the next 2-3 years, because in 2008 when the collapse happened, things really didn't get better until like 2010, so 2 years after. And that's usually how it goes. Like it usually takes about I'd say about 3 years for the economy to come back up, right? And I think that's pretty much it. I'm not very worried. Okay, I'm very confident in the anime industry. Netflix is investing into the anime industry, and if people are not buying merchandise, they're probably buying something else. They're probably buying like the video games of anime, right? And if they're not buying the video games of anime, they're probably taking a trip to Japan and going to Akihabara and buying shit over there for more affordable prices, right? But once the economy gets back up, anime spending, nerds, geeks, otakus, YouTubers, VTubers, whatever, every kind of anime fan around the world, they're gonna pull out their wallets and credit cards and they're gonna start spending money on anime again. I know I'm one of those. Okay, I have my own collection of manga here, so just saying. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications, guys. It's your boy in the Matrix. Godspeed, baby.